waiting for customers to come pouring in?
Why leave it to chance? With TW3, you don't have to wait.
Your phone, inbox, and front door can be buzzing with real leads in no time. Our AI-driven marketing system finds your ideal clients where they already are.
Online, on social, searching for exactly what you offer.
We don't just promise results, we guarantee them. We're so confident we'll generate leads for you for free so you can see it work before you commit.
Claim your free leads now. Call 864-507-9696.
Call 864-507-9696 or visit terrywilson3.com to book your free demo today.
With TW3, the flood of customers starts now.
Coach, what do you think went wrong?
What do you mean?
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com. TerryWilson3.com. Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. Today I want to talk to you about something that most business owners say they believe in, but very few actually have the discipline to implement. And that is a true merit-based organization. Not favoritism, not feelings, not tenure, they've been here a long time, but results, standards, and accountability. And I want to open it with a story that might surprise you a bit because it doesn't come from business. It actually comes from college basketball. See, recently, Hubert Davis, head coach of the University of North Carolina men's basketball team, was let go. Now, let's get real about this. This wasn't just any coach. This was a former UNC player, a beloved figure, someone deeply tied to the culture there, someone backed by fans, alumni, and leadership. And, it's UNC. We're talking about one of the most storied programs in the history of college basketball. National championships, legendary coaches like Dean Smith and Roy Williams, a culture of excellence that spans decades. So when someone like Hubert Davis is in that position, with that kind of support, well, you would think that would buy you some time. That would buy you some grace. You would think that it would buy you protection. But here's the reality. It doesn't buy you results. And at UNC, results are the standard. And when the standard isn't met, the decision becomes clear. Not emotional, not personal, but clear. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because if you want to build a business that scales, an organization that grows and has impact, if you want a team that performs, if you want to stop carrying people but have them carry the weight of the vision, you must build a system where expectations are clear, standards are known, results are measurable, and merit determines outcome. So let's break this down. Clarity creates performance. Here's the first truth. People don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because expectations aren't clear. Most organizations are vague. Do your best. We need more sales. Improve performance. That's not leadership. That's just cliches. Now let's tie this back to the North Carolina example. When you step into that program, you don't need a handbook to know the expectations. You've got to win, compete for championships, and represent excellence. There is zero confusion there.
What do you mean?
And this is backed by studies. A study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology by Locke and Latham, a goal-setting theory, found specific and challenging goals lead to higher performance over 90% of the time compared to just a vague, easy goal. Another study by Gallup showed only 50% of employees strongly agree that they know what is expected of them at work. So think about it. Half your team might be guessing about what you want. So in your business, instead of make more calls, say, I want you to make 50 calls a day, track them in the CRM, and book 5 appointments per week. Instead of improve retention, say increase client retention from 72% to 85% over the next 90 days. See, at UNC, there's no confusion.
What do you mean?
You don't say, try to have a good season. You say, we expect to compete for a championship this year. That's clarity. And clarity creates alignment. Here's the second truth I want you to think about. Merit motivates the right people. Here's where most leaders get uncomfortable. Because merit-based systems exposes something. Not everyone wants to perform. But your top performers, they crave it. A Harvard Business Review study showed this. High performers are 8 times more likely to stay in organizations where performance is recognized and rewarded. Another study from MIT showed that organizations with performance-based cultures saw 37% higher productivity. So if your system rewards longevity over results, effort over outcomes, personality over production, you're going to lose your best people. So thinking about UNC, do you think UNC keeps players on the court because they're liked?
What do you mean?
No. They play because they produce. And if they don't, they sit down. That's not cruelty, that's competition. And competition builds excellence.
Hubert, why did you go to just a 6-man rotation in the second half?
Because that was my decision.
Here's the third truth I want you to think about. Accountability removes emotional management. That is where leadership gets easier if you do it right. Most managers are exhausted because they're constantly explaining, justifying, softening the conversations, avoiding conflict. But why? Because there's no standard. See, according to the American Management Association, organizations with clearly defined performance metrics reduce disciplinary conflicts up to 60%. So if you're the type of personality that wants to avoid conflict, the best thing you can do for yourself is to have clear standards. An SHRMP report found this. Employees are 2.5 times more likely to accept feedback when it's tied to measurable standards. If you're avoiding conflict, if you're one of these types of man, because let's face it, who likes conflict? You've got to be a psychopath, right? But if you're wanting to have better conversations, even if it becomes a little more strained and it might have the, let's say, potential to have conflict, this study here shows employees are 2.5 times more likely to accept feedback when it's tied to a measurable standard. So you have to shift your language. Instead of, I feel you're not performing, you can say this. You committed to 5 deals per week. You're averaging 2. We need to address this gap. That's not emotional. That's just objective fact. So, when UNC fired Hubert Davis, they didn't have to go and say, hey, we just feel like it's time. They looked at it, wins, performance, competitive standing, and said, the standard wasn't met.
What do you mean?
That removes all debate, discussions, explanations, and placating. Truth number 4, standards eliminate surprises. This is one of the biggest leadership failures, surprising people with consequences. Nothing destroys trust in your team faster. A study in organizational behavior and human decisions processes found this. Employees who experience unexpected negative feedback are 3 times more likely to disengage. Another study from Gallup said this. Continuous feedback systems increase engagement by 14.9%. So your system should say, here's the goal, here's how we track it, here's where you stand weekly, here's what happens if you don't hit the mark. No surprises, only outcomes. So Hubert Davis didn't wake up one day and shocked. The record was visible, the results were known, the expectations were clear. The outcome, well, it was predictable.
What do you mean?
So let me just say this. Something that might challenge you, but it needs to be said. If you're constantly dealing with underperformance, it's not just your team, it's your system. So here's what I want you to take away from today. If you want to build a high-performing organization, You don't need more motivation, more hype, or more meetings. You need clear expectations, measurable standards, merit-based rewards, and consistent accountability. Because when you build a system like that, you don't have to manage people. The system actually manages the performance for you. So just like at North Carolina, it doesn't matter how liked you are, how long you've been there, how much you're supported there, your connection and standing with the organization. If the standard isn't met, the outcomes become very, very clear and decided. And that's not harsh, but that's just good leadership. Build a business where standards speak louder than sentiment. Performance outweighs personality, and results determine reality. Because at the end of the day, you don't rise because of your intentions, you rise because of your standards.
So we hope you got a lot out of the content today. Please take a few minutes to give us a 5-star positive review at terrywilson3.com/review. This helps us promote our content and continue to reach more and more people. Again, thanks for being part of the TW3 community here at terrywilson3.com. Please like and share our content, and we will see you soon.
Welcome, fellow leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Today, I invite you to step into a world where greatness is not just a goal, but a collective reality. Introducing the Elite Mastermind Group by TW3, a sanctuary for those seeking not just success, but exponential growth. It's more than a group. It's a synergy of minds, a convergence of aspirations, and a breeding ground for extraordinary accomplishments. You'll learn not only from experts, but from the stories of those beside you, fellow trailblazers who weathered storms and conquered obstacles, enriching your own journey. Imagine being surrounded by a league of highly motivated business owners and entrepreneurs, each driven by the same passion for success, propelling each other towards greatness. Embrace the power of networking, the art of learning, and the joy of sharing your value. It's not just about what you gain, but what you contribute. Dare to be exceptional. Dare to be part of the elite. Don't just dream of success. Surround yourself with those who are already living it. Join the Elite Mastermind Group by TW3. Elevate your success. Elevate your life.
Unlock the power within you. Discover the untapped potential waiting to be unleashed. You Are Worth More isn't just a book. It's a transformative guide to understanding your unique value in today's ever-evolving marketplace. Visit youareworthmorebook.com and claim your free copy. Within these pages, you'll unravel the secrets to identify your distinct strengths, refine your skills, and ignite the passion to pursue your true worth. Life isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. This book is your roadmap to not only surviving, but excelling in a world that demands your best. It's about recognizing your potential, developing your talents, and finding the inspiration to chase after what truly matters to you. Let You Are Worth More be your companion on this journey. It's not just a book, it's a catalyst for change. Empower yourself, elevate your skills, and embrace the opportunities that await. Visit youareworthmorebook.com today and embark on the path to realizing your full potential. Your worth is far more than you might imagine. Claim your free copy now and begin your transformation.